I had that dream of I want to go to university. So when I was 16, my time came to be taken for that same marriage. It was a struggle because it's something I never expected, it's something I never wanted. And I felt life was useless at the end. And I had to leave and go drown myself in a river. I felt suicide at that point was the best thing I could do, because one reason why I didn't like child marriage was none of my friends was happy.
Achieving our potential.
My name is Winnie Ainembabazi. I'm the founder and executive director of Girl Power Foundation Uganda. We are a community-based organization focusing on girl and young women empowerment in Kanungu district. I was born and raised in this village, in the neighboring village, not this exact, but the community is the same. This is the village where I'm married, but the dynamics are all the same. At the age of 8, my parents divorced, separated for good, and I was taken back to live with my grandparents. And there, in my primary education, I had many friends. And every Saturday, I used to see most of my friends being escorted to go get married. No one cared if they were old enough. No one cared if they were ready or if they loved the man. We all knew every Saturday we had to carry gifts from the girl's home and escort her to go get a man or go start a family somewhere else. It didn't bother me so much. The only thing that bothered me was, why are my friends not completing school? And I had met someone who had gone up to university, and she was a girl. In fact, she was the only person I had seen in my community. And I had that dream of, I want to go to university. So when I was 16, my time came to be taken for that same marriage. It was a struggle because it's something I never expected, it's something I never wanted. And I felt life was useless at the end, and I had to leave and go drown myself in a river. I felt suicide at that point was the best thing I could do, because one reason why I didn't like child marriage was none of my friends was happy. They were giving me to a man who was in his late 40s, and I was a 16-year-old, and I was going to be the second wife to that man. So I felt suicide was the only solution I had. And when I went to drown myself at a river, lucky enough, someone saved me. And the person that saved me spoke life into me. They told me, this is not the end, you can make it, you can be better. And I'm happy that I was one of the lucky ones that survived that and got a chance to complete education. And then after school, I vowed to myself, I have to change this. And personally, I wanted to come back to help my friends, just the ones that had dropped out. I started Girl Power just as a way of giving them back hope, showing them maybe you can learn a simple skill, maybe you can do this. And before I knew it, we're doing Girl Power as an organization. And then the challenges were continuous, even in this broad day era. And I had to say, let me start this. And like that, Girl Power is born. So I graduated 2016. And I registered Girl Power 2017. But to me, I normally don't say Girl Power started 2017, because I feel Girl Power started when I was still in school, with the heart of giving pads to the girls who didn't have, with the heart of listening to the girls who had hurting stories. When I shared my story to encourage these other girls, I normally say that is when I started Girl Power. But 2017 was when we officially registered, and we first focused on mentorship. I was a leader throughout my high school, and so many people used to come to me for counseling. Some girls, when I would share my story, girls felt encouraged. When we started with the Go Girls program. It is a mentorship program basically focused on building the girls' self-esteem, helping them realize that they have the power within themselves. If they believe, they can change the world. So ever since that program, it still runs in primary schools. The main focus is for girls to keep in school, to curb the high rates of dropout. So with the Go Girls, we drafted a curriculum, and we reach out to 350 girls per year from the schools that are surrounding us. So we have a weekly program. Every day we go to one school. Our facilitators go to the school and take the girls into a 1 to 2 hour out of class mentorship program where they sit and learn about different topics. Then we later realized there's need for the girls out of school. That's where we came up with the major program of the Girl Power Skills Center. So with the Girl Power Skills Center, we started with only 3 sewing machines, and then we'd have like 5-10 girls coming by. And now we have burst the Girl Power Tailoring Center, and where we now have over 15 sewing machines, and we have 50 girls we recruit on a yearly basis. And then from that, we birthed the Girl Power Liquid Soap Making, where it's also part of the skills we give the girls train in making liquid soap and also sell it out. And then we have the Girl Power Bakery. The bakery section, it was started this year, and so we now train the girls also in bakery, and also we give them along entrepreneurship skills, business skills, and life skills. For every girl that comes here, we give them a chance to learn other things apart from the skills they have come to learn. So mostly here we recruit girls that are no longer in school. The young mothers, the ones that just dropped out, the dropout rate here is so high. From our own surveys, our agency surveys, we find the dropout rate here is still at 52% from last year. Looking at the girls we had recruited from our program, and then how many transferred to secondary, and then the ones that dropped out, the rate was at 52%. And then we saw the main cause was the nearest secondary school around. It's like a 1 hour and 30 minutes walk from here. And then to other girls who come again now from further areas in the village, you find it's a 2 hours walk. So you find someone has to walk for 4 hours to and from. And then there's no any vocational school in the community. So you find we are the only people providing those vocational skills to the girls that drop out. Because of that, we also have the Girl Power scholarships. Before we applied for the New Africa Fund, like most grassroots organizations, we're struggling with funding. You're writing proposals here and there, the requirements are too much, and then you're getting negative feedback. So our hopes was we could win the grant. When we read through their requirements, the people they were looking for, I remember telling my team, I'm like, we are the ones. Before the New Africa Fund, we didn't have the social enterprise arm of Girl Power. We just made things for charity, like only giving skills. We never looked into like commercializing the products we make. So when we went for the New Africa Fund training in Kigali, I got a chance to meet with Stephen. I remember I reached out to him and told him, we applied for making shoes, but we are not ready to make the shoes. I told him that I feel my community deserves something more better than shoes. I had done research and I was sure that bakery can change something in our community, because everyone wants food. So if we want to go commercial, we need something that sells, something that anyone in the community we are in is willing and able to buy. And his response was so heartwarming. He just told me, that's unrestricted funding. The money is yours. Use it for the immediate needs in your organization. Be free to do anything you feel works within your organization. When we visited the other grantees, like Saye, I saw how much they were commercializing their projects. It was creating impact at the same time, selling things that are being done at their project, and they were making money from the social enterprise arm of their organization. With a grant, the life of Girl Power has changed, because we equipped our skills center with now commercial machines that make products like the bags. We looked for other unique items that were not being sold in our community. Because we now have heavy duty machines, we are able to make them. So it increased our product list for the tailoring class, and then also it birthed the bakery, and we now sell to the community. We have people who come here to buy. We have products that we send to the other places by motorcycle, and we see progress. So when we just started with the New Africa Fund, one thing that came to us was the North Star document. It helped us understand what do we really want to achieve from this, and it gave us the opportunity to dream without limitation. I love the money, I appreciate the money, but the knowledge that came with the grant, the community that comes with the grant is more supportive to Girl Power. We learned a lot of things in a short period of time. We learned how to build our own revenue streams, and I can say this year, from the sales we've made from our products in the tailoring center and our bakery, I feel they have contributed like 20% to our salaries, to our budget for this year. And with that money, we also started the Girl Power Gardening. The Girl Power Garden supports almost 70% for the meals that we have at the Girl Power Center. So with enough money, we acquired the space. We're able to hire this land that is next to water, so that we are able to grow vegetables. And part of the money has also supported us in setting up the gardens, buying seeds and making nursery beds. The food that comes from here, the vegetables, help us support our meals at the Girl Power Center. So part of the vegetables are included in our lunch, and then also the balance of the vegetables, we sell them. So for example, when you grow cabbages, we eat part of the cabbages and then sell some of the cabbages to buy rice for the girls. So their meals are now covered. And this has also helped us retain the girls at the center, because most of them couldn't pack food from home. And then others who would pack, they would be having cold food, and then others would miss out school because they don't have lunch. So, but with this garden, we have food, and then we're able to keep the girls coming on a daily basis because they know their meals are covered. Before the New Africa Fund, we didn't have this. We didn't even have the gardening plan, because one, we're not giving the girls lunch because we didn't have the money. But when we got the unrestricted funding, we thought of, what if we contribute part of that money towards buying the girls' meals, because it was a need at our center. So in purchasing the meals, we realized since we are in an agriculture community, what if we contribute something to the food we are giving to the girls? We started this as a small kitchen garden next to our center, but when it yielded well, we are like, why don't we hire land where there's water, and now we can start producing this on a large scale? Because people in the community were coming to learn from our demo garden at the center, and then also people started coming to buy from us when the cabbages were ready, our neighboring homes would come. So we're like, let us expand, and we acquired the garden, and here it is. So after setting up the garden now, the girls use it as a learning center. We bring them here, they participate in growing the crops and train them how they can maybe best grow these same crops in their families. For example, maybe to improve the nutrition. Some of them are young mothers. So if they come here, they learn how to best take care of the gardens, how to set up these small gardens, and we give them seeds, sometimes seedlings, for them to start the small gardens in their own homes. For our financial management lessons we had, our team learned more about to separate finances from the different donors, and also to how best to keep records. Yes, we knew we're doing it, but there were new techniques we learned from there. And then the continued guided mentorship from the facilitator. You know, the facilitator is a call away. For example, when we had just started the bakery, we had a one-on-one call with the mentor who trained our staff to train the girls who are handling the money that is directly going. The people who are selling daily customers here, how best can they record and keep that money, and how best can we differentiate and expenses and profits. Simple things like that have helped to ground us into good accountability and transparency and managing our finances as an organization. We have increased our reach. Before the New Africa Fund, we're only doing tailoring as a skill, and we're reaching only to 25 people per year. But with now adding a skill in bakery, we now have 50 people per year that come to our skills center. So those are 50 families, 50 girls being impacted, their families, their children. And then we've also improved the finances for the girls we impact. It's no longer only just training them. I'm happy to say that we started a savings group for them, because now we feel they make products and sell. So they started a savings group, and each girl saves maybe 2,000 per week, Ugandan shillings. And this year they were sharing their profits and calculating the money they've saved as a group of alumni, and I saw they have collected over 11 million, so which I feel is impact in a very short time. So I credit all that to us being grantees of the New Africa Fund. Then there was also local fundraising. They taught us about local fundraising. I remember a grantee from Ghana shared about how best local fundraising has worked for them, and we have done the same in our community. We've had parents who have offered to always come and give free talks to the girls. We've had people who have contributed cash money to support girls who are going to secondary school. We've had people bring books, or we've had people give us pads. So that's also helped us realize the power in local fundraising, and is working for us. And also it has also improved our relationship with the community. Also with the New Africa Fund, they trained us about social media, the power of social media management and communications. And I remember when they were telling us how to communicate based on our platforms. We recently had a funder who reached out through our LinkedIn. My main future plan is scale. I already now feel we've mastered what we are doing. Starting, I didn't know we'd get here. But the more we grow, the more the dream becomes bigger. The New Africa Fund support has been a blessing and so life-changing.